Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we will discuss one more concept, that is zero field splitting and Cramer's degeneracy. Okay, as the name signifies that zero field splitting, it means that here the splitting occurs in absence of the applied magnetic field. So how actually it happens, we will see that. We know that in case of transition metal complexes, when a transition metal complex, when a transition metal forms a complex, what happens when it forms a complex with a ligand? What happens? The d orbital degeneracy is lifted. What does that mean? That means when a metal forms a complex with a ligand, the d orbitals lose their degeneracy and they split into two sets of different two sets of d orbitals. Okay, how that happens? It happens like this. For example, we have a metal ion. It has 5 d orbitals which are of equal energy. That means they are degenerate, because at this time it does not form a complex. It is an isolated metal ion. Okay, so all the 5 d orbitals will be having equal energy. For example, dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square, and dz square. All the 5 orbitals d orbitals will be having of equal energy. They are degenerate. Okay, so now when the ligands come in the proximity of this metal ion, that is to form a metal ligand complex, what happens? If here, according to the crystal field theory, the ligands are act like point charges. If they come closer to the metal ion, there will be interaction between the electrons in the d orbitals and the electrons on the ligand. Okay, so that type of interaction will actually lift its degeneracy. So it will the different set of d orbitals will act differently with respect to the approach of the ligand. Okay, if for example these ligands come in a way that they impart the charge, uniform charge on every side around the metal ion or the d orbitals, then all the d orbitals will lift in energy to the same extent. As a result, what will happen? For example, it will lift in energy, but all will lift equally. So in that case, it is again degenerate. The 5 d orbitals will be again degenerate, but with some increase in energy. All will increase in energy to the same extent, because the approaching ligands are imparting that type of interaction which is uniform, with respect to all the d orbitals. Okay, now for example, it forms an octahedral complex. Okay, because usually we see octahedral, tetrahedral, square planar type of complexes we actually study in crystal field theory. For example, it forms an octahedral complex. What we will see in octahedral complex, the ligands are supposed to approach along the x, y, or z axes. Okay, so the orbitals which are along the x, y, and z axes, they will actually they will witness more interaction, more repulsion due to the electrons of the ligands. And on the other hand, those orbitals which are in between these coordinates, x, y, z coordinates, they will actually experience lower interaction. So what will happen? These 5 d orbitals which were degenerate, now they will split into two different sets of the orbitals, and in case of octahedral, two sets will be generated, and one set is the upper one, dx square minus y square and dz square. They will be degenerate because they are along the x, y and z coordinate. So if the since the in case of octahedral complexes, the ligands are approaching along these coordinates, so these orbitals will experience more interaction. As a result, they will lift in energy. On the other side, the other three orbitals, that is dxy, dyz and dzx, these three orbitals, they are in between the coordinate axes, so they will experience less interaction. As a result, they will lower in energy, and these type of orbitals are called T2g orbitals, and this set is called EG orbital. Okay, EG type of orbitals. And this type of splitting is called crystal field splitting. Okay, but here we saw it was in case of the octahedral complexes. Similarly, in case of tetrahedral complexes, what happens there, the ligands are supposed to approach along the in between the coordinate axes. Okay, so what will happen, these, since dxy, dyz, dzx, they are in between the coordinate axes, they will experience more interaction with the ligand charge, so they will lift they will increase in energy, so they will be here, and this dx square minus y square and dz square, they will be lower in energy. That means reverse of this in the case which is in case of octahedral complex. This you have already read in your UG and also in PG. Now here the point is that, as you see here, when the complex was formed, what happened, the orbitals are no more degenerate. They form two set of degenerate orbitals. That means the degeneracy of these orbitals was lifted. But the another thing here, that is the spin degeneracy. Spin degeneracy means that the spin corresponds to the spin of the electron which are in these 5d orbitals. That degeneracy is still intact, that didn't got resolved or lifted by this crystal field type of interaction. It is an electrostatic interaction actually, so that was not lifted. So but in case of the metal ions, where we have more than one unpaired electron, because we are studying the concept of EPR spectroscopy, here we are concerned about the unpaired electrons. So if a metal ion has more than, or in a metal complex we have more than one unpaired electron, at that very time, along with this crystal field splitting, one more type of splitting occurs, that is called zero field splitting. What happens there, the spin of the since that is more than one type of unpaired electron we have, so there can be two spins, both for example two unpaired electrons, three unpaired, 4, 5, any number. So in that case, a different concept comes into existence, that is called spin degeneracy, and that spin degeneracy gets actually resolved even when we do not apply any magnetic field or any external electric or magnetic field. So that gets us without that means in absence of the field, that spin states get resolved, or the degeneracy of those spin states get resolved. As a result, further splitting occurs. And how that occurs, I will give some examples, and the phenomenon which actually is involved, that is zero field splitting. Okay, for example, we will take a system, as I already said, in case of systems where we have more than one unpaired electrons. For example, I will take a system where we have a D2 system. Yeah. For example, we have a D2 system, that means we are having two unpaired electrons. Two unpaired electrons. Okay. When 2 unpaired electrons, that means I will write n is equal to 2. 2 unpaired electrons are here, and at the same time s will be equal to 1. The total spin will be equal to 1, and it will be represented by the spin quantum numbers +1, 0 and -1. Okay, how these when we have two unpaired, how the three orientations will be represented? For example, for +1 we have both will be upwards, for 0 one will be upwards and one will be downwards, and for -1 both will be downwards. So these three type of orientations are possible when there are two unpaired electrons in a system, in a metal ion complex. Okay, so now what happens, since we have three these all the three spin states, they are degenerate. When we talk of an isolated metal ion, these all the three states will be degenerate. How that we will show? We will show that like this. For example, ms is equal to +1, 0 and -1. All the three are degenerate. But now the zero field splitting will come into existence. That means zero field splitting is also actually, it is an electrostatic type of interaction. That two electrons, they are in two different orbitals. How the two spins interact with each other, that actually gives rise to the zero field splitting. And now here no zero field splitting. Here was absence of zero field splitting. Now what will happen? These spin states will lift in they will lift their degeneracy. They are no more degenerate now, and ms is equal to +-1 and ms is equal to 0. That means if we have these three orientations of the two unpaired electrons, this and this are equivalent, while this one is different. That ms is equal to 0 will be lower in energy, and ms +1 or ms -1, they are still degenerate. That is means it formed a doublet. That means it, here two energy states, spin states are here, that is +1 and -1, and this doublet is called Kramer's doublet. Kramer's doublet. Okay, so here when there was no zero field splittings, all the three spin states were degenerate. But when zero field splitting came into existence, now here we have zero field splitting. But this ms is not equal to, is equal to 0, is having different energy than that of this having +1 or -1. They are equal in energy. Now after this, what will we will now apply a magnetic field. Okay, now we will apply a magnetic field as we apply in case of EPR spectroscopy. So here what will happen, this ms equal to 0, since it is degenerate, it will remain as such. It will not split because there is one energy spin state here. So what will happen with this, it will split into 2. Okay, it will split into 2. ms is equal to +1 and ms is equal to -1. Okay, and this will be 0. ms is equal to 0 when field was applied. So what you saw, firstly, when there was zero field splitting, here a Kramer's doublet was produced and ms not equal to 0. But when we apply the field, now this doublet also lost its degeneracy and it got split into two energy levels. And as a result, what will happen here, only one, if there was no field applied, there was only one type of transition possible. Okay, from ms is equal to 0 to plus 1, or from minus 1 to 0. Since ms plus 1 and ms minus 1 are degenerate, so they are of equal energy. So ms 0 to plus 1 or 0 to minus 1, they both will be of equal energy and they will produce a single signal here. But in case of this, what will happen? We will get two type of signals, from minus 1 to 0 and another one from 0 to plus 1. So here they are singly degenerate, all the spin states are singly degenerate when field was applied, but here one is singly degenerate and another one is doubly degenerate, and this doubly degenerate state is called Cramer's doublet. So what was actually observed experimentally, when there was no field applied, we got one signal, and when the field was applied, two signals were observed in such system, in a D2 system. Like we have nickel dipositive. For example, we have a complex of nickel dipositive that will show this type of spectrum. And now one more thing can happen. If now we have this nickel has some nuclear spin. For example, it has a nuclear spin. That nuclear spin will interact with each of these and then further split it, which we call as hyperfine splitting. Accordingly, we will get the total number of signals in case of this complex. Okay. Now, this was a D2 system. Again, we can have a D3 system in which we have 3 unpaired electrons. Okay. Now we have a D3 system. D3 system. For example, we have chromium 3 positive. It has 3 electrons, unpaired electrons, and is equal to 3. So S will be equal to 3 by 2. Okay. So MS will be plus 3 by 2, plus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2, and minus 3 by 2. So these 4 type of spin states are possible here. We can represent these like this. This is plus 3 by 2. This is plus 1 by 2. This is minus 1 by 2. And this is minus 3 by 2. Okay. These 4 type of spin states are possible when we have 3 unpaired electrons. Again, what will happen here? I will show when there was no zero field splitting, all the 3 states will be, all the 4 spin states will be degenerate. No zero field splitting. Okay. So ms is equal to plus minus 1 by 2 or plus minus 3 by 2. They are degenerate. All the 4 states are degenerate. And now when there is zero field splitting, what will happen? ms plus minus 3 by 2 and ms plus minus 1 by 2. Now they will split. That means this without the zero field splitting, all the spin states were degenerate. But now when there is zero field splitting, what happened? There were 2 doublets. One is plus minus 3 by 2 and another is plus minus 1 by 2. They actually got separated, splitted, and these. So we got 2 Cramer's doublet. Two type of Cramer's doublet we got here. And when now if we will apply some external field, what will happen? Now this will further split. Okay. Similarly, it will split into 2. This will also split into 2. Like this. Okay. So we will get ms is equal to plus 3 by 2, ms is equal to plus 1 by 2, ms is equal to minus 1 by 2, and ms is equal to minus 3 by 2. Okay, so we got now all the four spin states got singly degenerate. So all got these spin states got splitted, and we got here when the field was applied, we got singly degenerate four states, spin states, field applied. Fine. When there was zero field splitting, we got two doublets, which were called which are known as Cramer's doublets, because these are two degenerate states we got here. But when the field was applied, all these degenerate states got further splitted and gave singly degenerate spin states. Now here also the possible transitions are from minus 3 by 2 to minus 1 by 2, minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2, and plus 1 by 2 to plus 3 by 2, because the selection rule here is delta ms is equal to plus minus 1. Okay, so three peaks are possible here in case of this system. Okay, the selection rule also allows plus minus delta ms is equal to plus minus 2, plus minus 3, but they are of very low intensity, so plus minus 1 is generally considerable. Okay, so the allowed transitions are those which are governed by the selection rule, delta ms is equal to plus minus 1. So three transitions are possible here. Okay, now here if we have a, for example, this chromium, here also one thing can happen. For example, if we have a metal ion which is spin active, nuclear spin active, then that nuclear spin will interact with these spin status separately, and it will further split it, which we call as hyperfile splitting. Fine. Okay, so this was chromium 3 plus, that means a D3 system. Now we can have one more system, like we can have a D5 system. For example, we have a manganese 2 plus, it is a D5 system. So n number of unpaired electrons are 5, and our S will be 5 by 2. Okay, so ms will be plus minus 5 by 2, plus minus 3 by 2, and plus minus 1 by 2. Okay, so here what will happen in this type of system? Here again, firstly, all the states will be degenerate. When we have an isolated metal ion, ms will be plus minus 5 by 2, plus minus 3 by 2, and plus minus 1 by 2. That will, all the 6 spin states will be degenerate when there was no zero field splitting. But when the zero field splitting comes into existence, what will happen? There will be 3 doublets, that means ms is equal to plus minus 5 by 2, ms is equal to plus minus 3 by 2, and ms is equal to plus minus 1 by 2. That means when there was zero field splitting, we got 3 type of doublets, Cramer's doublets. Okay, plus ms plus 5 by 2 and minus 5 by 2, they are degenerate. Plus 3 by 2 and minus 3 by 2, they are also degenerate. Plus 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2, they are degenerate. So 3 doublets we pairs of these degenerate orbit spin states we got here. Now what will happen? For example, now we will apply field. When field is applied, what will happen? Now these degenerate spin status, these doublettes, Cramer's doublettes, they will further split into singly degenerate spin status. So this will give us plus 5 by 2, and here we will get plus 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2, and now minus 1 by 2 minus 3 by 2 and minus 5 by 2. Okay, so it is ms is equal to plus 5 by 2, ms is equal to plus 3 by 2, ms is equal to plus 1 by 2, and this will be ms is equal to minus 1 by 2, ms is equal to minus 3 by 2, and ms is equal to minus 5 by 2. So here the allowed transitions will be from minus 5 by 2 to minus 3 by 2, from minus 3 by 2 to minus 1 by 2, from minus 1 by 2 to plus 1 by 2, and from plus 1 by 2 to plus 3 by 2, and then from plus 3 by 2 to plus 5 by 2. So 5 type of transitions are possible here, which are governed by delta ms is equal to plus minus 1. Okay, so 5 transitions will be possible when we apply the field. So when there was zero field splitting, 3 degenerate doublets were here. So when we applied the magnetic field or electric field, what happened? All the spin status got further splitted into the 6 spin state separate singly degenerate spin status, and which gave rise to 5 transitions or 5 signals in this type of system. Now if for example we have manganese 2 plus, it is spin means that I is 5 by 2, I is 5 by 2, then according to the equation 2 and number of components are equal to 2 and I, number of components are equal to 2 and I plus 1. So we will get 2 into 1 into 5 by 2 plus 1, that will be 6. So each state here, each spin state will be further splitted into 6 lines. So as a result of the number of signals we will get, that is 5 into 6, that is 30. So if hyperfine splitting also happens here, then we will get a complex spectrum which will be having 30 signals. Okay, 30 or 30 lines we can say. Fine. So here in case of the zero field splitting, what actually you understood? Well, the first thing is that it only comes into existence when there are more than one unpaired electron in the system, and also this zero field splitting, it is a type of splitting which happens when there is no external field applied. It is also it is actually the degeneracy is actually lifted because of the interaction between the different type of spin status. So that is why here the 3 type of spin status actually interacted differently with each other. As a result, they got separated and gave 3 type of doublets. And then when we apply the external magnetic field, then those doublets also get separated into singly degenerate spin status, which actually finally give us the final spectrum. Okay, so thank you for today.